The best graphics cards are the beating heart of any gaming PC, and everything else comes second. Without a powerful GPU pushing pixels, even the fastest CPU won't manage much. While no one graphics card will be right for everyone, we'll provide options for every budget and mindset below. Whether you're after the fastest graphics card, the best value, or the best card at a given price, we've got you covered. In this video, I'll talk about the 5 best graphics cards for gaming. I put the links in description box down below. Check them out and please consider subscribing our channel. Let's get started with the video. Number 5. Radeon RX 6950 XT. The RX 6950 XT currently represents the ultimate performance from the Radeon architecture, surpassing the old RX 6900 XT by about 9% on average. AMD set the MSRP at a rather high $1,099 at launch, but we're already seeing cards selling well below that mark. The RX 6950 and 6900 XT are basically the same GPU, but with faster 18 Gbps GDDR6 on the 6950 along with a higher power limit and slightly higher GPU clocks. The RX 6950 XT boasts slightly more GPU cores than the RX 6800 XT. And combined with the difference in clock speeds, the 6950 XT is about 15% faster overall. However, the 6950 XT costs about 50% more, while the 6900 XT goes for about $200 less. So opting for AMD penultimate GPU over the top card isn't a terrible idea. In terms of standard gaming performance, the RX 6950 XT ranks as the fastest GPU around for 1008 type and 1404 type gaming, but it falls behind at 4K. The usual caveats about lower ray tracing performance and the lack of DLSS support apply as well. And while FSR 2.0 looks good, it's not widely supported by games yet. If you want the best DXR/RT experience right now, NVIDIA still wins, not that you need ray tracing to enjoy games. Number 4. GeForce RTX 3060 Ti. When we tested the GeForce RTX 3060 Ti, we felt it might be the best of the bunch for NVIDIA's Ampere GPU. It has all the same features as the other 30 series GPU, with a starting price of just $399. In theory, of course, as it naturally sold out just as quickly as all the other new graphics cards. Things have improved, however, and the lowest price we can find right now is down to around $405, still more than MSRP, but getting closer. The 3060 Ti beat the previous gen 2080 Super in our testing, winning in every game we ran. It was also only about 9% slower than the RTX 3070 but cost 20% less. If you're still sitting on an older GTX 1070 or RX Vega 56, the 3060 Ti is up to twice as fast, sometimes even more, in the latest games. The only real concern is the lack of VRAM. 8 GB is mostly enough for now, but some games are starting to push beyond the threshold. Of course, you can drop the texture quality a notch, and you might not even notice the difference, but deep down inside you'll feel regret. AMD RX 6650 XT and RX 6600 XT give the 3060 Ti some stiff competition. NVIDIA's part is still faster, particularly in ray tracing games, but the RX 6650 XT currently sells for about $150 less than the 3060 Ti. Number 3. Radeon RX 6700 XT. Start with the Navi 21 GPU, and then cut down the various functional units to create a smaller die that can sell at lower prices, and you have AMD Navi 22 and the RX 6700 XT. The RX 6750 XT is basically the same GPU, with a slight boost to clock speeds, memory speeds, and power consumption about 5% faster overall, but with a 12% price hike. The 6700 XT is the same number of GPU cores as the previous generation RX 5700 XT, but significantly higher clock speeds and more cache give it about a 25% boost to performance at higher settings and resolutions at least. During testing, the RX 6700 XT hit clock speeds in excess of 2.5 GHz while gaming, and that's at stock. On the reference card, factory overclock models can push that closer to 2.7 GHz, still without cooking the GPU. In our performance testing, the RX 6700 XT traded blows with the RTX 3070 and RTX 3060 Ti. It's a bit faster than the latter and a bit slower than the former, but the going price of around $420 lands below both of those. Still, if we include pretty much any games with DLSS or ray tracing, the 6700 XT comes in behind the 3060 Ti and almost looks like a 3060 competitor. Number 2. Radeon RX 6800 XT. AMD Navi 21 GPU like the Radeon RX 6800 XT represent the best cards for Team Red. The RX 6800 XT provides a massive boost in performance and features relative to the previous generation RX 5700 XT, as well as adding ray tracing support thanks to the RDNA 2 architecture. At current prices, which have dropped quite a bit in the past few months, the RX Radeon 6900 XT and RX 6800 are also worth a look. The 6900 XT, for example, now costs 17% more for about 5% higher performance, while the RX 6800 drops performance by 7% and also costs 7% less. The Navi 21 GPU was affectionately dubbed Big Navi prior to launch by the enthusiast community, and we got exactly what we wanted. It's over twice the size of the previous generation Navi 10, with twice the shader cores and twice the RAM. Clock speeds are also boosted into the 2.1-2.4 GHz range, and AMD did all this without substantially increasing power requirements. The RX 6800 XT is a 300 WTBP, slightly lower than the RTX 3080's 320 WTBP. A big part of AMD performance comes thanks to the massive 128 MB Infinity Cache. It improves the effective bandwidth by 119%, according to AMD. Few if any games need more than 16 GB, so the 6800 XT is in a great position in that area. Number 1. GeForce RTX 3080. NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 3080 with the current NVIDIA Ampere architecture continues to occupy our top recommendation. However, we want to be clear that this now applies to all RTX 3080 cards, including the RTX 3080 Ti and RTX 3080 12GB depending on current prices. Right now, the best deals we can find are $740 for the 10GB card, $760 for the 12GB model, or $800 for the 3080 Ti. If you're serious about maxing out all the graphics settings and you want to play at 4K or 1440p, this is the card to get. It's more than you'll generally need for 1080p gaming, unless you're running the latest ray tracing games, in which case DLSS support should also help performance. DLSS also works without ray tracing, and is currently available in over 200 games, so it's definitely a feature that's worth a bit extra. AMD offers the Universal FSR 2.0 as an alternative to DLSS, but it's not in nearly as many games. Intel's SS, meanwhile, sounds a lot like DLSS, only for Intel GPU, which we're still waiting on outside of the entry-level Arc A380. Hope you enjoyed the video. Now it's time to pick the best of the best. Check the links in description and subscribe our channel for videos like this. Have a good day.